What is up, guys? Longwood Ranger here, talking to you about the Martini Henry infantry rifle. Going to give you some pros and cons of the rifle, as well as some tips to help you get better at using it. So let's get started.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back.
So as you can see, these are the stats for the Martini Henry. At the bottom there is that sweet spot zone for our one-shot kills, which is about between 30 and 80 meters. That's going to be where we get most of our one-shot kills and where you're going to do most of the damage against enemy players. Now, when I started off, I sucked with this gun. I'm going to admit it, guys. I could barely break even most games with it, but hopefully I'm going to give you some tips to help you get better at using it, and some ways that could help you improve your gaming experience. So basically what we want to start off doing, and one of the most fundamental things we want to do with this rifle, is basically find that sweet spot zone. That sweet spot area is where you're going to get most of your one-hit kills, and as long as we figure out where that zone is, you're going to be pretty good. Now, another major issue with this gun, which is actually a con, is the accuracy. This gun only has about a 440 muzzle velocity, so it's actually the lowest of all the rifles. So hitting people on the move tends to be a challenge with this weapon. I think I waste about 4 bullets here. The guy's probably about 200 meters away, so it's kind of a waste, but luckily this guy runs right into that sweet spot zone, and I'm able to take him out pretty quickly. So as long as you can find enemies in that sweet spot zone, you're going to get a lot more kills, and it's going to just be an easier gameplay for you, as opposed to going for those 200 meter, one-shot kills as you can with other rifles. Now, it does have iron sights, so you don't have that scope to zoom in and see other people, which makes shooting at a distance so tough. This guy I'm shooting at was probably about the 150 range, which is why I only got about 80 damage. But this guy, you're going to see, he's going to run right into perfect range, one-shot kill. It's perfect range between that sweet spot zone. These guys here I'm shooting at are about 80 meters away, so I get him with the one shot. This guy's probably about 100 meters, but luckily he had some damage, so it wasn't too hard to get the rest of the damage on him and take him out. Now, another thing this gun is great for is damage. It kicks butt. It is perfect for getting these kills against enemy horse riders or enemy vehicles, as you'll see. It packs a hell of a punch when going up against any of these vehicles or horses, and I think it actually has the highest amount of damage with the K bullets at about 15, as compared to the other rifles, which are usually about 5 or 6 damage, maybe 8 or 9. But what I'm doing now is, what I like to do with this gun is basically stay in objective range. Stay within the range, because if I believe correctly, it's probably about 50 meters from each end of the objective to capture it. So even if there's an enemy as far away on the other side capturing the objective, you're still able to hit them with that sweet spot range. Now, another main thing for this gun is, like we talked about, that lower sweet spot range being, between 30 and 80. So with this gun, it's really important that you stay close to the combat and you basically be aggressive with it. If you're an aggressive sniper, this is the sniper for you. You're going to get a lot more kills and a lot more action when you're close range with this gun. As you'll see here, basically, you can pick people off as they run towards you. Try to stay in one location, not necessarily camping, but staying close enough to where they have to run towards you, and you can essentially just pick them off. it's going to be a lot better that way, and you're going to see that you get a lot more kills when you play that aggressive role. Even with people that you don't necessarily one-shot kill, you can still do good damage. You can get about 80 damage per person. So basically, just keeping that aggressive posture throughout the game, you're going to do, a lot better as opposed to where if you were just hiding in the back on some rocks trying to get those 200, 300-meter kills. With this, if you're an aggressive sniper, you're going to be up in the action, and it's definitely going to be worth it. Now, another con for this weapon is the reloading. The reloading on this gun, you only have one bullet in the chamber at a time, so going up against enemies that have, a faster rate of fire is going to be very difficult. So make sure you kind of stay close to the combat area, but not necessarily in it, because I've been blasted quite a few times by enemies with much stronger firepower. So as you'll see here, I'm on the edge of the combat area, and I'm able to just pick off most of the people at the edge. So basically try to keep towards the edge of the map and pick off those that are running towards your objective. So hopefully these tips help you. And just as a recap, some of the pros are being your sweet spot, your high damage against vehicles, and it's great for aggressive sniping. Your cons being the accuracy and the slow reloading time. Thanks for watching, and I'm Longwood Ranger, and I'll see you next video.